Simple Life Prepper here. I'd like to welcome everybody and thank you for viewing our channel. Please subscribe, like, and share this video. Today is True or False Wednesday, and I have Mark here with me, and our true and false subjects for today are the Apollo mission and rules for sex during the CV. Also, we will be talking a little bit about the sandstorm coming to America and the high temperatures in the Arctic Circle. Also, there is a new stimulus package coming to us, and we will have our prepper item of the day, which is long-term storage buckets. Stay tuned. Be sure to stay to the end of the video so that you hear the prepper item of the day. So today we're going to start with a graphic. So if you'll get our producer to...
Producer, can you please bring that up?
So, this weekend, a Saharan dust storm is going to hit the southern part of the United States. It's coming up through the Gulf of Mexico, and then it's going to turn. It's going to turn right and go through the whole southern part of the United States.
The dust is not coming from the Gulf of Mexico.
No, it's coming from Africa.
Okay.
Yeah, it traveled all the way across the ocean,
yep.
And then it's sweeping through the Gulf of Mexico right now as we speak, and going into Texas, and it's going to engulf the whole southern part of the United States. So, good thing we all have masks so that we can wear them this weekend if we need to.
That's right.
Yeah, so it will be good.
I didn't think about that.
We watched our local news the other night, and they didn't mention it, so maybe it's not going to be that bad in Oklahoma.
Well, maybe we should watch the national news, because they like to make everything to be really
horrible,
like we're all gonna die from it.
Yeah. So anyway, that's what's happening this weekend. Sunday, this is a graph of Sunday, what it's going to look like across the United States. So
all right,
should be interesting.
Should I tell the producer to bring us back?
No, why don't you go to my second graphic?
Go into the second graphic? Yeah, okay.
We'll just
Producer,
continue.
can you please bring up the second graphic?
Okay. Also, weather-related this week is there are supposed to be record highs in the Arctic Circle. They're supposed to reach a temperature of 100.4 degrees in the Arctic Circle.
Is that Celsius or?
That's Fahrenheit. I hope it's not Celsius. They're going to be boiling in the Arctic Circle, so you can put this back up.
All right, producer, can you bring us? Producer.
So anyway, it's like 37 degrees above normal, and it's the highest temperature that the Arctic Circle has ever hit. So that is interesting.
Oh boy, that's going to start everybody.
I know, but it's just a lot of strange things going on in the world today.
Yeah.
Just a lot of strange things.
What do you think is causing the dust storms? What do you think is causing
the temperature to rise?
The temperature down in the Antarctic or Arctic or wherever you...
I think we're living in the end times.
All right.
Evil powers are at work.
Doom and gloom. This is supposed to be uplifting.
I'm just saying that I think that evil powers are at work. We can defeat the evil powers with your true and false.
Oh, true and false. You want me to start off the first?
That was a segue.
I'm going to start off with a lighter one first.
Okay, thank goodness.
Before we get serious.
I'm the heavy and you're the light,
I know,
remember?
But this is...
Yeah.
This one's kind of a fun one. Okay. We're going to go back to 1969. Okay?
Oh, okay, cool.
The Apollo 11.
Okay.
These are true or false questions about Apollo 11.
Okay.
All right. The first food eaten on the moon was a Milky Way bar.
I feel like that has to be true.
It's false.
Oh, okay. What was the first thing?
The first thing to be eaten on the moon was a communion wafer. They had...
Communion?
They had wine and communion on the moon.
On the moon.
First thing.
How sweet.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
I did not know that before I looked up these fun facts.
All right. Cool.
All right.
Number
moving
2.
on. Don't know number 2. We're just moving on to the next.
Okay, the next one.
All right. Oh, wait. I can't. Okay. Oh, yeah. They, you know how we were in the space race with the Russians?
Yes.
And the Russians were really our big competition. We wanted to prove.
Mm-hmm.
But we also, though, took medallions and medals of Russian cosmonauts and dropped them off on the moon.
True or false?
True or false?
true.
It's true because you were like,
I was like, why would we make that?
I mean, it was all, we were in a big race, but I think
we just
camaraderie-wise, like a soldier and a soldier, if they're not at war, can relate with each other.
Mm-hmm.
The astronauts and everything, even though they were in a competition, they wanted to show their respects to the men that tried to make it.
Were these people that passed away trying to?
Yes. So
that's really good.
I didn't know that either. Have you ever heard that?
All working together. No, I had never heard that.
Okay. First words on the moon were, "The eagle has landed."
I want to say that's true, but
because it's so obviously true, you're going to say false.
No, I'm going to say true.
It's true. No, it's not. It's false.
It's false. I knew it wasn't. It was like something about God.
You know what it was? No, it was very enlightening. It was contact light.
Contact light?
Yeah, there's a little probe that whenever they hit, the light comes on. Mm-hmm. So the first thing they said whenever they were on the moon was contact light. Not very fun. Not very
fun fact.
But, then they said...
The eagle has landed.
The eagle has landed.
Okay.
So, just to throw you off there a little bit. All right. The water in space made them fart like crazy.
I think that's true.
It is true. I don't even know how that's possible. But if you look it up, like the way the water molecules, the oxygen and the hydrogens, whenever they separate or something like that, I guess it's more affected in space. So they were just farting like crazy up in space.
Okay. All right, cool.
All right. A felt tip pen launched them off the moon to go back up to rendezvous with the orbiter or whatever it's called.
I want to say false.
It's true. They were actually... They went to see, doing the rundown list, the button to push to get them back up to the orbiter.
Was gone.
Somebody broke it by accident. And so Aldrin figured out that you could put a
pen
in there. And he used felt tip because, they were worried about shorting and stuff like that. So the felt tip pen would have been the safest bet. So he was using his engineering brain, but... Could you imagine? Have you ever watched me work on vehicles?
Yeah.
And what do I do a lot?
Curse.
Why? Because there's always one bolt. We all know, all you people that work, there's always that one bolt that doesn't come loose. And there's a lot of cussing going on. And just like, so Aldrin and, who was it? Aldrin and Armstrong, they were probably like, seriously? We made it off the Earth on a explosion, really just an explosion underneath us. Go up there, rendezvous with our lander, somehow, jet towards the moon, which you have to be precisely on or else you'll just skip right by it and you're lost in space forever. Enter an orbital position around the moon. Go down, land. All that's going as perfect can be. They had a little trouble getting down up to the moon, but they made it, right?
Yeah.
And now they're like sitting there like the buttons broke,
We can't get off the moon.
Yeah, so I'm sure that...
This will be our new place of residence.
I'm sure there's audio.
Yeah.
They probably kept their cool.
Yes.
So a good test to see if you have the right stuff to be an astronaut is just watch how people work on their vehicles. And if they lose their crap like I do, I would figure out ways to get it done. But my demeanor was probably okay. So that's that one. Okay. In Hawaii, the government had them process in, like every person that came off of an airplane, wherever they landed the planes, you have to process in Hawaii. That's what the government makes you do in Hawaii. So whenever they got back from the ship to Hawaii, they had them process in, just like they were
normal people coming in.
A traveler.
True.
It's true.
That's weird.
Yeah. So they filled out the paperwork, and they're like, "Are you claiming anything that you brought in?" And they just put moon rocks on. So I thought that was fun. You would think it being a military kind of an operation and everything, that they would forego the paperwork, but they didn't. All right, I thought that was kind of funny. And then moon dust smells like wet dog.
Moon dust smells like wet dog. True.
It's false.
Okay, what does it smell?
It smells like gunpowder or fireworks, like some type of a sulfury
smell,
powdery smell. It does not smell like
wet dog. All right, you came up with wet dog.
Yeah, I was like, but I was trying to think. The moon's dry, right?
Yeah.
If I said like strawberries, you'd be like, that's
silly.
That's silly. That's false. But I was like, wet dog has a distinct odor to it. Maybe you'll fall.
Yeah, for wet dog.
For wet dog.
Okay.
That's why I went with that. That's what.
Cool.
The first one.
All right.
On to your segment.
So, President Trump has announced that has committed to supporting a very generous CV relief package in a new interview that he gave. It's
nice.
It's a package that's been written by the Senate as opposed to the
Congress,
the House.
The House.
So I think they're on break right now though, so I feel like it will be more than a month out before anything gets done. I feel like.
Yeah.
But they asked him if it would be similar to the $1,200 checks that we got earlier this year, and he said that yes, it would be similar.
How can people not like Trump? I mean, we're getting all this. I just keep getting all my tax money back with this guy.
I guess
like
so.
Him. I like him.
Yeah.
Right.
So, and I don't know that I have anything else to say about that. I think I just wanted to report that we might be getting a second stimulus.
So I go for a long period of time.
Yeah.
And then all you can come up with is one sentence.
Yeah, because I have to keep it short since you're going so long.
Was I long that time?
No,
okay.
I'm just
you want to move on to true or false then?
Yes,
second.
please.
Right. I did tell you what the
subject.
I wanted to ask you if we should.
He gave me a clue.
I was just thinking, fun facts. Did people actually make rules for having sex during the COVID-19?
Do they?
They do.
Oh my goodness.
Well, these are at least New York City's health department
guidelines for having sex.
Well, some of them could be. Some of them I could
make up.
I could have made up.
Yeah.
So you ready?
True or false?
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
The first thing it says. Pretty much. Well, no, I moved that up to the top. So we'll get going from there. You can get COVID-19 from a person that is infected.
True.
Is it in the rules?
Is it in the rules?
Yeah.
Well, now I'm thinking false.
It's true.
Oh.
That's the first thing they said is like
you can get it.
From an infected.
That's common.
That's
sense.
what I thought. This is New York City rules now.
Okay.
So you gotta. Okay, you should have sex over kissing.
True.
It is true. It's more spreadable through
saliva
and all that stuff. Although they say it's in other stuff, but I'm trying to keep this PG fun. Yeah. True or false?
PG fun.
Okay. COVID-19 is not easily spread by sex.
True.
It is true.
Because it's more from saliva.
Not that you're not
doing that
all over the place with each other. Okay, but it's true. They say
you're
that in their
6
facts.
feet of each other.
It's hard to get it by having sex. All right. You are the safest partner. Your neighbor is the second safest partner.
I'm not even going to talk about what my mind went to.
Did it go to the neighbor?
No. No, it didn't go to the neighbor.
I'm just kidding you.
True.
It's false. The first part is true. You are the safest partner. Figure that one out.
No.
And then this, I put in And the second one is your...
It's the person that lives with you.
Did you look this?
No, it came to me.
What have you been doing on the internet?
No, it just came to me that it would
be
somebody that actually lives with you, not your neighbor.
They say, like, the next safest person is somebody in your house. They don't even get specific.
Oh, my goodness.
Just weird, but
Yeah, that's a different segment for a different day.
I didn't know my wife was studying up on it. Okay.
I know the sex rules.
In the rules, limit the size of people you have over for sex.
Oh, come on.
In the rules.
In the rules.
In the rules, they state this.
I'm going to say it's true.
It's true.
That is sad.
I mean, it's only common sense.
Oh,
it's in their rules.
That is a sad state.
Look it up, people. I'm not making this stuff up.
That's a sad state.
And I'm not going to go over a lot of the other things that are in here because
they weren't PG.
Wasn't PG. Okay. You ready?
I am ready.
Limit the use of computers or phones during sex. Is it in the rules?
I'm going to say true.
It's true. They tell you in the rules.
Because you could cross-contaminate them.
I guess, I go, and then you go, and then we're like, hey, Jimmy.
Why are we?
Jimmy, how's it going, man? Are you talking to your parents? Like, hey, Mom, how's it going? Here, talk to Debbie. That's what I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think, you want to use those two things, but I guess people figured out a way.
You might be filming it.
People figured out a way to use these things during sex, and they're really concerned about it in New York. So,
oh my.
Okay, get kinky. Find out how to use walls to separate your face with one another.
False.
It's true. It says now's the time to get kinky. Find out how to use a wall. So if you're a brick mason or a carpenter right now, times are good. Because they're like...
You can put in temporary walls in apartments.
I need you to
come and do this petition.
I've built this wall out of brick. It's got some holes here and there. We're good to go. So just for all you masons out there, it's good time. All right. All righty, moving on. You should not shower immediately after sex.
No, you should.
That's
probably for 20 minutes. 20 seconds.
It is false. You should. No, I said you should not.
Oh, you should. Yeah.
Yeah, you should just book it right
for at least 20 seconds.
That's
you should
COVID or no COVID. COVID or no COVID, you should probably.
Yes.
CV. Oh man, yeah. I just did it. I just said it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the last one. Unless you want to make up.
No, I don't want to make up any.
Women are more prone to get the virus, so they should be on top.
I'm going to say true.
That's false. I made that one up. I was just trying to help out all the guys. All you young people. Okay. I was trying to help you out. All right. That's it from me as far as true and false. Were those pretty good ones today?
They were. They were pretty good ones. Yeah. Yeah.
Hopefully.
That was good. I forgot to even mention that it was true and
false.
Wednesday, true and false. Yeah.
Well, you can put it in the...
Yeah. Yeah, it's good.
Right.
So anyway, it's time for our prepper item of the day or the week or the day, I guess. And today I have these long emergency food supply. This is a 48-hour food supply for 4 people. So I think it's important to have a little bit of the long-term food supply because you don't have to worry about it for 20, 30 years. I read on here, this is good until April of 2050.
So now I know what I'm going to have for dinner on
2050.
49.
49. Yes, no. So we won't be here in 2050.
You never know. I don't want to be, but I mean,
no.
How old would that make us? 80?
90.
90? Mm-hmm. Yeah, we can be.
So anyway,
breaking out
so I like to have a little bit of this because you don't have to replace it. You don't have to worry about rotating it in and out. You just leave it. I'll wheel it to my kids.
Right.
It'll be good. So, but this has 5 varieties of food in it, and they are.
Holy cow! 55 servings.
55 servings because it's for 4 people for 2 days. For 2 days.
Oh, okay.
It has 10,910 calories total. It has buttermilk pancakes. It has maple brown sugar oatmeal. It has creamy chicken flavored rice. It has macaroni and cheese, and it has creamy potato soup. So
that actually sounds good.
And
you're making me hungry.
The best part of this bucket is because
it says right there.
I know, I read that off there. So the best part of this bucket is that
what?
Because long-term food storage right now is impossible to get. Everybody is out of it. But guess where I got this from? Guess where I got this from?
Walmart.
I did get this from Walmart. So
everybody's taking advantage of these times.
Every time I go to Walmart, I go and look to see if they have any of these in stock, and I just grab them. I just keep grabbing them. And this bucket of food was $19.95
for that many people for that many days. That's actually
again, it's emergency food, so
it's a good deal. It's a good deal.
I like it.
Do you want to tell them about our other emergency food?
No.
Oh, okay.
So, anyway, I wanted to let you know where I found it at in Walmart, which was on the baking aisle with the sugar and the flour and all those kind of things. I found it on that aisle. So if you're looking at Walmart for it, look on that aisle for it, or ask somebody at Walmart.
That's not out of the realm to have something. At least
just a little bit. Even if you have just a couple of these in case of an earthquake or something.
Or the stores are low on supplies or something one time.
If there's a food shortage, whatever.
I'm all for it.
But anyway, because these are cheap. And again, it's impossible to get food storage. We're still waiting on food storage that we ordered 2 months ago.
My bug in.
Your bug in? Yeah. Absolutely, we can use it for our bug in.
Because I'm staying at home.
You're staying at home.
Yeah.
Well, that's good because we have lots of food to stay at home with. That's a good thing. So anyway, that's my prepper item of the day. And so I'm glad if you stayed all the way to the end of the video to see that. And
if you like 2 people on a couch talking, this is the show for you. No, go ahead.
All right. So keeping it simple is not the same as doing nothing.